Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Ellie Brown with Uptown with Ellie Brown, and this is...
I am the Ellie Brown, Uptown with Ellie Brown Instagram husband.
This is my lovely husband. A lot of you guys have already met, JB. What do they call you? Jordan Brown, downtown Jordan Brown?
Downtown Jordan Brown,
Downtown.
White Boy, JB, to name a few.
Yeah, take your pick. But this is my biggest supporter, the love of my life, and he helps me with everything. He calls himself my CFO also.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, Liam is 6 months old, and we are finally doing our birth story. I don't know how many times we talked about recording this, and we're actually finally doing it.
Well, that happens with 3 kids now, right?
Yeah. It takes forever to do something. Anyways, so guys, on to the birth story. Liam is 6 months old, and instead of doing an actual like blog post of writing it up and, you know, writing down the details and stuff, I figured it'd be a lot more fun to just have hubby here and kind of get his perspective and kind of like what was going on through his mind and his thoughts and stuff, because I think a lot of the times obviously it's about mom and baby, but nobody really gets to include and share the guy's perspective or what's going on in, you know, in the man's mind. And I feel like our birth story the third time around was kind of a scene out of a movie. So I felt like it'd be fun kind of just to have you here and kind of just chat and share your thoughts and stuff and kind of give you the breakdown. I was 38 weeks pregnant. We had 2 false labors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was having contractions like every night around the same time for like 2 weeks, or at least every other night, and contractions were like 5 to 7 minutes apart, and the doctor mentioned, you know, as soon as they're 5 to 7 minutes apart, don't even wait, just come in, it's your 3rd baby. So we didn't wait, we went twice. Same nurse twice, by the way.
You were also very ready to have the baby, understandably.
I was,
but, you know,
no, I was.
Just part of
the
silver
blood,
I guess.
Yeah, the Latin blood. Anyways, so the labors, or the contractions were coming, went to the hospital twice, made me walk around the hospital, and this was like at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, like both times. And so I never really progressed and never really dilated. I was 36 weeks, and at 36 weeks, I don't even remember how far along or how dilated I was. I was dilated, I think maybe
a few,
like 1 or 2. Yeah, and then after that appointment, or after the hospital, they decided to give me steroids, right? To kind of, because they were worried about Liam coming early, so they thought, you know, let's just be safe, give me the steroid shots, and then that way it would also help him in my belly grow and fully develop his lungs and all that, yada yada. 37 weeks rolls around, same thing. This time the contractions were a little bit more intense, and at that point I think I was 3 or 4 centimeters dilated, and still at the hospital for a few hours, nothing ever happened. But at that point, after I was already 37 weeks, I was tested positive for GBS. And the doctor at that point, I was 3 or 4 centimeters dilated, she went ahead and sent me home. And then at the 38-week appointment, I have them come because I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, first thing she does is she checks, and I'm 5 centimeters dilated. 5. So I'm like, listen, I tell my doctor, I'm like, you're gonna have to do something because I'm 5 centimeters dilated, I'm positive for GBS, and you know, we kind of talk about things and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I'm also 45 minutes away from the hospital, and that's like without even traffic. And so she does an aggressive exam, and we go home. You know, she's like, you know, maybe you'll be back in 24 hours, maybe 12 hours, you know, we never know. So, do you wanna tell them what we did? Because I feel like I'm the only one talking.
No, you're doing great.
Well, we come home, we have some hobdaddy. Do you remember? Hobdaddy.
The boys call it hobdaddy, which is why you call it hobdaddy. It was really hobdaddy.
Hobdaddy. Do you remember what we had?
It's a great burger place, by the way.
Yeah, so we haven't been.
So.
Hobdaddy.
Hobdaddy. Yeah. And the plan was, because you could have gone into labor at any point in that time, right? Yeah. So the plan was to go back into the Galleria area.
After
closer to this.
Yeah, after we came home and had lunch,
well, yeah, get ready.
He had his work.
We're gonna go back into the Galleria area. That way we would at least be down there, you know, not have to drive down during traffic if she were to go into labor. Of course, we come home, I think you fall asleep,
I took a nap.
kids fall asleep.
You were working.
Sure enough, I was working, and then sure enough, time passes by, in-laws and her parents invite us over for dinner, so we end up going over there for dinner. And as soon as we walk in the door and drop the kids off.
You're missing so many details out of this.
What details you want to do?
Well, first we thought, we never know we really didn't know what's gonna happen, so we did pack all the boys' stuff, right?
Yeah, we did.
We bring all the boys' stuff to my parents' house just in case, because at that point we really don't know. And I think after I woke up from a nap, I had like 1 or 2 really strong contractions, but it wasn't like a few minutes apart. It was still like sporadic, and so I thought, it's not anything different. I mean, after her search, I felt crampy. Why do I keep using quotation marks? I felt crampy, but it wasn't anything like alarming. I mean, she did an extensive.
Alarming. Forgot that.
Don't be funny. It wasn't anything alarming, and so my thought, she did an extensive search or an aggressive search, and so, probably feeling just that, right?
So, anyways, we go to her parents' house and as soon as we walk in the door.
We're driving 2 separate cars also, by the way. He's driving his car and I drove.
We're a bit prepared.
We were. So as soon as I pull in the driveway, guys, I'm pulling in the driveway, I have 1 contraction, really bad, and I feel this gush. And I know I did not just pee my pants, although you thought I did.
It's not like a gush like in the movies though, where like the whole car was like flooding. I mean.
Yes, because I'd be able to flood the car with my water breaking. No, like. For anyone who's been pregnant, yes, like a gush,
no,
like you peed your pants.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Well, no, I don't really experientially understand, but.
Anyways, we all get out of the car, and that first thing that comes, first thing that comes out of my mouth when we get in is like, I think my water just broke. And
we're like, now it's traffic hour in Houston.
It's 5 o'clock. It was like 5:01 right when we pulled the driveway.
It's already a 45-minute drive without traffic, so like.
Yeah. And my mom had made dinner, so. Yeah, it was like 5:01. The doctor's office closes at 5. So I'm like, well, let me call the doctor. Let me call the nurse, figure out what's going on or what should I do. Meanwhile, he's like fixing a plate of food and I'm like.
Well, you're on the phone. What am I gonna do? I'm hungry. It's dinner time. I mean, there's good food. Your mom just finished cooking. I'm not gonna let any food go to waste.
See what I'm dealing with here? Anyways, I guess I figured we just figured, all right, better just go, and then if the doctor tells us that we don't need to go in.
No, wait, I was like, if like this is time, we just go and we'll just figure it out there. I mean, they're not gonna like take you in, just go.
Yeah.
Worst case, if you didn't really like, for one time, then we would just
come back.
Come back. So I took my food to go. So I was gonna leave it there.
And he's eating in the car, driving. I think at that point, from the drive from mom and dad's house to our house, I was already like. The contractions were already coming. So
yeah, we had to come back to our house because we didn't have anything.
Yeah, we had to get the
stuff packed, but we didn't have any of our stuff packed. So we still had to come back home and grab our bags, which I guess were already packed. But at least those were already packed.
See? Pack your bags early. And so, we come to the house, get our bags, and I'm in the car. At that point, I remember the contractions like full on already. And he's got his bowl of food and he's rushing in and out of the house. He drops the keys.
My entire, my key shattered. The key, the whatever.
Key fob?
Whatever, yeah, the key to my car. Not the key stuff, but yeah, the
yeah, because he's got one of those like keyless cars that you just press the button.
Whatever, yeah.
Anyways.
Shattered, completely shattered as I'm coming out, trying to lock the door.
So, we are, for anybody who's in Houston, I delivered in the medical center at Texas Women's. We are Tomball, Cypress, Spring area. So like 249 by Willowbrook Mall, that's where we are at. So, we're having a drive.
I said it was going to take 50 minutes to an hour. I think it was like an hour.
Oh, I don't remember.
At the time.
Anyways.
That's what it said. I mean,
Anyways, 249, out of all of the days, going the opposite direction, there's never any traffic. It is bumper.
It's not bad traffic, yeah.
To bumper.
Yeah, 249, yeah.
It was bad. It was backed up.
I mean, stop.
Yeah. And so, contractions.
I'm not sure what it was.
No, I don't know. Anyways, contractions full on. I am starting to panic.
And Ellie already gets sweating and nervous, and understandably so. So she says you just need to drive on the feeder. the shoulder. And I'm like, nah, we're gonna be fine. No. In my mind, I was like, nah, I don't want to get pulled over or anything like that. So we don't. Plus, I was like, we don't need to. So
I'm only like arching my back and like looking like this.
But traffic is not moving at all. And finally, she's like, drive on the shoulder. I'm like, yes, honey. So, anyways, we started driving on the shoulder, and sure enough, the shoulder ends up coming to an end, and we gotta get back over because we've got to get over to exit to get on the beltway, and nobody's letting us in. You know, they're thinking we're just, you know, jerks driving to cutting traffic.
Here's the thing, guys. I get it that there are people that ruin it and that drive on the shoulder, that there are jerks that really do want to skip traffic, but here's the thing. Lesson learned, never judge. There could be somebody in there about to deliver a baby, have a baby. You never know what's going on. Like after that, after our story, like I won't ever think about that, like having seen somebody drive on the shoulder lane during traffic hour, because you never know what could be happening.
Right, so we get on the beltway, traffic kind of eased up a little bit, and we decided to take the Hardy Toll Road because 45, even going opposite way, is still always bad. So we get on the Hardy, and I'm already driving, I think, 85 or 90, and Ellie's like, you need to drive faster. We need to get there, like, now. And I'm like, I would love to at least get there in one piece. And so I'm like, I'm not driving faster than 90.
Oh, tell them you're dreaming.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I thought of it until about halfway there, and then it really kind of, I guess, maybe got real for me, is that the night before I had a dream that I delivered our baby in the car. So, I think about halfway through I realized that I was like, okay, God, I do not want this dream to come true. I do not want this dream to come true. So anyways, we're driving Hardy, and then we get to the point where we have to get on 610 and kind of cross over.
That's right by the Reliance Stadium.
Yeah, kind of right in that area.
And we have
anyways, it was a part where we were going through downtown that traffic picked up again, and again it was like completely stopped. And you know, of course, I immediately get on the shoulder, and we're going away. It's probably a mile or two down the road, and some guy in a big truck, I guess, sees us in his rearview mirror and decides to literally cut us off. I mean, he literally drives. Well, first he starts easing over, and so I'm like, okay, maybe he's just trying to veer off and check traffic ahead of him or whatever. And so I kind of try to like get past him, and he keeps going. So I'm like, well, if I keep going, we're literally gonna crash. So I slow down, back up, and he's just, he's driving on the shoulder in front of us because he doesn't want us to pass. At least if he's gonna, get on the shoulder to stop us, he might as well have taken advantage of it. In my mind, he's driven with, past traffic. Nope, he's just staying in his spot so we can't go past him. Anyway, I started honking my horn at him, and he's still
nothing.
Not budging, and laying on the horn. I don't know, it probably felt much longer than it really was, but we finally got over. I think you rolled down your window.
I rolled down my window, and I feel like I was like trying to stick out my belly, like, you jerk! I'm like, I'm about to have a baby.
So anyways, we do get off. We get to OST, and then we get to where we need to turn, and the turning lane was backed up. So I just turned from the. I didn't see that too, because at that point, because like right when we got there, or right when we got off the freeway, I had to lean all the way back because I felt like the pressure. Well, at this point, you weren't paying attention to anything.
No, the pressure was just too much. So at that point, I was like all the way back, and I was just in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, dear Jesus. I'm like, and in my mind, literally the thought of not having the epidural, the thought of actually delivering this baby in the car, it was all just.
So anyways, we get to the final turn. I turned from the one-way, I guess straight. Get there, pull up to the valet, get out of the car. They bring you a wheelchair, right? Yeah, the guys bring you a wheelchair. I'm talking to the valet guy, so I think they put you in the wheelchair already. And you're there, and I'm like, no. You out?
No, because I remember you helped me so remember the keys that fell and that was shattered? Well, we get to the valet and the keys shattered, and so Jordan's like, he's like trying to hand, he's like trying to hand or trying to fix the keys, and I'm like, screw the keys. I'm like, come on, let's go. Like literally, they're talking about the keys, and I'm like, really, guys? Like really?
Make sure he understands that they still work.
I don't care. I'm like, forget the keys. We'll figure out the keys later, So yeah, I win the wheelchair. Normally, like you have to go through security and like they have to scan his ID and stuff. I think, but because in the wheelchair, I'm also like this. I'm all the way down.
First time I see somebody rushing in too.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. No, yeah. I'm all the way down. I'm like I'm screaming at that point, and I'm like full on.
It's a real movie scene.
Yes, I'm full on, and so he's like wheeling me pretty fast. And you know, like the delivery is the 3rd floor or whatever anyways, and so like we're, you know, I'm being wheeled up. We get to the nurse's station, and guys, this is the funny part also. The nurse that I had the 2 false alarms is the same nurse that 3rd time around. She's like, oh, okay, it's actually go this time. And I'm like, yes, you think? So I remember them like kind of scrambling there for a few seconds, like trying to figure out what room, because they didn't have a room for us. And so they're wheeling me into the room, and she's asking me to get on the chair, or like get on, you know, the bed. And as soon as I'm getting on the bed, literally like my water, I feel like another gush. But yeah, they try to hook me up, and the first thing out of my mouth is epidural, epidural, epidural. I really don't remember much of that after. Everything was just a blur. The contractions at that point were so strong, I couldn't even sit still to get the IV.
The nurses had to get there and get you all ready, and were trying to get you prepared for the doctor. I think they may have called your doctor or one other doctor, but they were still either delivering or whatever. But
doing a C-section.
So yeah, they get a doctor, but the nurses are still kind of prepping you and getting you ready and trying to do your IV or get the IV in you. But I mean, you're in labor, so it's like trying to get her to stay still to put IV in. It was tough. And I know at one point, I know you asked for the epidural, you asked the nurse for the epidural, and I think her answer was like, I'm sorry, honey, but it's too late. And I just remember the look. Oh no, and then you were like, so I'm gonna have to do this for real? And I just remember your eyes looked over at me, just like,
help!
Yeah, it was like just the sight of fear and terror, like, oh gosh, I gotta really do this.
You did it to me.
So yeah, anyways, doctor gets there. I think it was when the doctor got there and you finally asked him, and they just said no, it's too late, because I think you were already 10 centimeters dilated by the time he walked in. And I think he already saw crowning and saw the head by then, because by the time he got in, I mean, nurses had already prepped her and had everything ready, and doctor was just kind of there ready. And they finally got the IV in you just in time, I believe.
I don't remember that.
I think they finally got the IV in you. And that was it. Everything was, in a way, kind of a blur. And like she said, I mean, from the time we, I think, got into the hospital time Liam was born, it was about 11 minutes.
So guys, that's the gist of the birth story, and of how Liam came into this world. Fast and furious. Any other notes?
No. Thanks for tuning in and listening to our story. Yeah. Listen to us ramble and, you know.
And pick on each other.
Yeah, pick on each other.
Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed Liam's birth story. Let me know if you want to see more of this guy. Make sure to thumbs up, like this video. Make sure to what?
Thumbs up.
No, what else?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. And we will see you guys again here real soon, hopefully.
Bye.